What's going on, guys? I'm your host, Francis Beau. Welcome back to Movie Stalkers, and today I got a movie review for you guys. Last night, I saw Transformers The Last Night. That's, of course, the fifth installment in the Transformers franchise, directed by Michael Bay, and I'm here to give you guys my review of the movie. So, as some of you guys may know, I am a huge Transformers fan, but not a huge fan of the Transformers movies, but I am a fan of the Transformers cartoon. I'm a fan of the Transformers toys. I am a huge Transformers fan, as you see in the background of all the Transformers toys right behind me. I've been a huge Transformers fanboy, and I really like the brand. And, you know, even as a critic, I will still say the Transformers movies are not that good. For instance, I liked the first one. I hated the sequel. I liked the third one, and I also hated the fourth one. So it's been a consistent pattern with all these Transformers movies. I liked the first one, I hated the second one, I liked the third one, and I hated the fourth one. So I was going into the last night hoping that that pattern would still be consistent, and maybe that this movie would probably be something different, since this being Michael Bay's last Transformers movie of all. Well, I can tell you with a straight face right now that Transformers The Last Night is the worst movie of 2017 right now. Yep, I am not kidding. It is the worst film that I have seen this year so far. It is horrible. It is a terrible, terrible movie. Now, let's get into the positives first and the negatives and then an overall score out of 10. So the first thing that I'll get out of the way is that the obvious point is that the visuals and the robot character looks are all stunning. They all look very, very nice. Michael Bay knows how to use visuals well. That's one thing that I'll give to Michael Bay as a director. He's a very good visual director. He knows how to give you guys great visuals and great battle sequences. For instance, there's this whole night scene that happens in the beginning of the movie, and I think that that was a really cool scene in terms of action, and just as a spectacle, it just looked cool to look at. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. The visuals are the only thing that I liked about this movie. Everything else is horrible. It is terrible. The acts are super choppy, and let's start off with the actors. Let's start off with the actors first. Mark Wahlberg just looks like he's just wanting to get a check and get out of here. He just does not look like he cares about this franchise anymore. He just looks bored out of his mind. The new one, Laura Haddock, I will say Laura Haddock was the one that I felt like had the most interest of her role than anybody here. Her and Isabella Moner, I will say, were okay at best, but they still were completely useless characters. Laura Haddock served a little bit of a purpose, but I don't think Isabella Moner's character was needed at all. She was completely useless in this movie. She had no purpose in the movie. She was in the movie in the first act. She had no presence in the second act, and then she shows up in the third act for some reason. And they just try to push the story of her being an orphan and all that stuff, and it just doesn't work. It just does not work. It falls apart, and I could care less about this character going forward. Some characters from the other Transformers movies return. Josh Duhamel returns. He's okay. Again, who really cares? I could care less. Josh Duhamel was okay in the first three Transformers movies. He didn't even appear in the fourth one, and I don't know. I thought he was useless as well. The other major problem with the movie is the story. This story is just choppy, and it has no sense of direction. There's so many plots in the story. There's a plot with Cade Yeager. There's a plot with Optimus Prime. There's just so many plots are just clashing into each other, and it just doesn't work at all. And my God, what else? The editing on this film is beyond horrendous. It is the worst editing that I have ever seen into a Transformers film. It is so choppy. It is so, like, it just looks very poorly put together. It's just, scenes are clashing into each other. When there's a fight scene that happens, they have to just cut back with the human characters, and I hate that when it comes to these Transformers movies. They always have to cut back to the human characters. And just nothing about this movie works, guys. I'm so sorry, but you guys know I'm a Transformers fan, but I'm being the critic today, and I'm telling you, this movie sucks. It's just a bad, bad movie. It's just really bad. I hated this movie from start to finish. The other major problem with this movie is the Jeremy Johns pointed this out, and I totally agree with him because I walked out of the theater the same way, and that was the frame ratio. The way that this movie is filmed, you guys don't know, Michael Bay said that 98% of this film is filmed with IMAX 3D cameras, and I did watch this in the IMAX format in my local theater, and I gotta tell you, the IMAX did work, but for some reason, when the IMAX kicks in, like to the big battle sequences, which is when you expect, IMAX sequences to happen, for some reason the IMAX goes like this, and then it goes back to regular format, but it happens within the battle scenes, and I think that is just ridiculous. I think that it should stay normal when it's just talking scenes, and then IMAX when there's fight scenes happening. Yeah, I don't know. I can go on, guys. This is just a terrible movie. It's just really, really bad, and you can clearly tell if you watch the movie that they're trying to push a Bumblebee spin-off movie, which is of course the next Transformers movie after this. And I will be honest, I'm a little bit interested for that movie just because Michael Bay's not directing it. Travis Knight is directing that movie, so I'm a little bit more interested in that movie to see how that goes. But just a bad movie. I hated this movie from start to finish, guys. It's a terrible movie. Don't watch it. I think that this is by far the worst Transformers movie ever made. Yes, it's worse than Age of Extinction and Revenge of the Fallen. Yes, it is. It's that bad, guys. I think it's just the worst of the Transformers movies. Nobody check out this movie. It is in my opinion, the worst movie of the year so far. Just garbage, guys. It's just a garbage film. Just wasted potential, wasted amount of money, and it's probably going to make a lot of money, and we're probably going to get more films. And while I am cautiously interested for the next Transformers movies, I just don't care. I can go on and on about how I hate this movie. There's just nothing good about the movie except the visuals. It's a terrible movie. Don't watch it. Save your money and go watch something else. And yeah, that's it for my review. I'm going to give Transformers The Last Knight a 3 out of 10. 30%. It's just a terrible movie. Don't check this out. The only reason why it gets a 3 out of 10, and the reason why I'm not going for a 1 out of 10, is because the visuals were okay, and some of the characters and the actors were okay, but everything else was just garbage. The story was garbage, the pacing was garbage, the editing was garbage, the frame ratio was just bonkers. It just was so frustrating to watch, and yeah, I could just go on and on and on. And in case you guys are wondering, Optimus Prime is only in the movie for 15 minutes. Yes, the 2.5 hour movie, Optimus Prime was only in the movie for 15 minutes. So if you're expecting a lot of Optimus Prime, because the poster shows that, you're not getting that. But that is my review for Transformers The Last Knight. Again, 30% for this movie. That is an F. Do not check this movie out. It's a terrible movie. It's the worst movie of the year so far, in my opinion. And that is it for my review for Transformers The Last Knight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you watched Transformers Last Night. Let me know in the comment section below what was your favorite part or your least favorite part of the movie. And what is your favorite Transformers film of all time? Let me know in the comment section below. And that is it for my review for Transformers The Last Night. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, as we end these videos, Beau out. See you next time. Peace. Just don't watch this movie. Just don't.